Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Advanced Sri Krishna Janmashtami wishes to everyone. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his name itself indicates that he is all attractive. Srila Shukadeva Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he concludes by pointing out five particular excellences of Krishna. The first excellence is that before Krishna appeared in the Yadu family, Mother Ganga was known as the purest of all things. Even impure things could be purified simply by touching the water of the Ganges. Why? Because Mother Ganga, it was emanated because of the touch of the toe of Lord Vishnu when he was expanding his form, and he has become as huge as the universe in the Vamana Leela, and he has hit the external layers of the universe. It caused a crack, and the Karana Jala from outside leaked inside, and that is Mother Ganga having touched the toe of the lotus feet of the Lord. That is why Mother Ganga is supremely pure. But when Lord Krishna appeared in the family of the Yadu dynasty, he traveled personally throughout the kingdom of the Yadus, and see how his association, what it has done. By his intimate association with the Yadu dynasty, the whole family not only became very famous, they're very famous as the Yadus, but also became more effective in purifying others than the water of the Ganges. So, see the power of a devotee who is in association, intimate association with Krishna. Yatpada samshrayaha suta munayaha prashamayanaha sadyah punanti vaisprushtaha swardhuni aponu sevaya. Sadyah punanti, the devotee who is fully in Krishna conscious, immediately he will purify those who come in touch with them. So this is the power. This is the first excellence of Krishna. And the second excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance was that although he apparently gave protection to the devotees and annihilated the demons, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. Even though it might seem one thing is favorable and the other thing is unfavorable for somebody, but the excellence of Krishna is that both the devotees and demons achieved the same result. Lord Krishna is the bestower of these five kinds of liberation. One of the liberations is called Sayujya Mukti, or liberating or becoming one with the Supreme. And it was given to even demons like Kamsa. And for Putana, he has elevated her to be like the mother in the spiritual world. Why? Because he found a glimpse of her affection for Krishna. And he has accepted, and she has given Krishna service as a mother. Just imagine the person who was so vicious, who was going around and killing these poor children mercilessly without any consideration, and who has come with such an evil intent to kill Krishna, not to serve Krishna. But Krishna took that as a service. Oh, she offered me her milk. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jighamsaya payayadhyappa sadvi lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam brajema. So Uddhava says, who else is there more merciful than this personality, Krishna, who, even though this person has come with such a vicious intent to kill him, still he elevated her to the position of a maidservant. Not a maidservant, as a nurse, like that mother in the spiritual world. So, this is the excellence of Krishna. The demons also get liberated. And what to speak of the devotees? They get the chance to associate with him personally. So, for example, the gopis and the demons. The gopis kept their individuality to enjoy the company of the Lord. But demons like Kamsa, if they become favorable to service, they are taken back into their original Swarupa. But if they are not, they are also given liberation in impersonal Brahmajyoti. This is the excellence of Krishna. The third excellence of Krishna's appearance was that Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, in general, goddess of fortune is worshipped by the greatest demigods like Lord Brahma, Indra, Chandra. But she always remains engaged in the service of the Lord, even though the Lord gave more preference to the gopis. Lakshmi ji, she tried her best to be on an equal level with the gopis. She wanted to enter the Vrindavan pastimes, Rasalila pastimes, but she was not successful because it required her to accept the position of the gopis, the dress, the attitude, the Vrindavan atmosphere, the informal nature. Vaikuntha is full of opulence, whereas Vrindavan is like a village, ordinary atmosphere, so called. And she could not accept this like the gopis. She tried her best, but she was not successful. Now, she is worshipped and adored and sought after by all the jivas, including these greatest demigods. But she does not care after them so much. But in spite of not being allowed in Vrindavan, nevertheless she remains faithful to Krishna, although she generally does not remain in one place, even if worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma. That is why it is said, Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja shrayata indira shashvadatrahi. So, Jayati te adhikam janmana vrajaha. O Lord, all glories to you. Because of your birth in Vraja, this place has become a permanent residence for Indira, Lakshmi Devi, goddess of fortune, eternally lives there. So that means wherever there is Krishna, there is goddess of fortune always. Then one might think, oh, why devotees traditionally are poor? The reason is that they want richness of Krishna's devotion. There are two classifications of devotees. One is they are indifferent to the riches. That means they don't bother. whether it comes or not. Just like Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, the great devotees. If the money comes, if they are in richness, they use it for Krishna. If they are in poverty, they continue to serve Krishna. But there are other class of devotees who actively don't want this because they think it is a big impediment for devotional service. So Krishna does not give them that inconvenience. It does not mean that they don't have opulences. They have the richest opulence of Krishna bhakti. If Krishna wants, he could give them unlimited opulence like he did to Sudama. Because goddess of fortune is within her grasp, within his grasp. He just took one bite, one morsel brought by Sudama, and he was about to take another morsel. Rukmini Devi stopped him. My lord, just by having one morsel, I have given him everything. But if you take the other morsel also, I myself have to personally go and stay there. That much opulence I have given. So Krishna wants, he will give. If that is what we want. If we only want opulence by Krishna Bhakti, Krishna will give that. But the right thing to ask is, I want causeless devotional service. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays. न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि. So this is the excellence of Krishna. Lakshmi Devi always seeks after serving Krishna, always lives with Krishna. And the fourth excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance concerns the glories of his name. So the Vedic literature states this is an excellent thing to understand. By chanting the different names of Lord Vishnu 1,000 times, one may be bestowed with the same benefits as 3 times chanting the holy name of Lord Rama. And by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna only once, one receives the same benefit. That means all the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, including Vishnu and Rama, the holy name of Krishna is the most powerful. This is not a made up statement. This is a Vedic literature stating. Even in Vishnu Sahasranama, it is there. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. The Vedic literature therefore specially stresses this chanting of the holy name of Krishna. This Hare Krishna mantra is specifically the holy name of Krishna. Even though the word Rama is there, it means the giver of supreme pleasure. Ramante yogino anante satyanande chidatmani. Iti Ramapade nasau param brahma bhidiyate. Krishna, of course, means all attractive, the giver of the supreme attractor. Hare Krishna means we are praying to Radha Krishna, we are seeking, we are praying to Radharani to engage us in Krishna service. Again, Hare Rama also. We are praying to Radharani to engage in Krishna service, who is the giver of unlimited enjoyment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced this chanting of this particular holy name of Krishna in this age. And he also said, if one is attracted to any holy name of the Lord. One can chant that. Namna makari bahudha nija sarva shaktihi तत्रार्पिता नियमितस्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिह जनिनानुरागः. So he said, any name of Lord Krishna is as powerful as him. Krishna Purna Vapushe. Krishna, by his causeless mercy, descends himself fully in the holy name. And there are no hard and fast rules. Tatrarpita niyamita smarane nakalaha. But my misfortune is that I am not able to generate that attraction to the holy name by which Krishna is personally present. Krishna is eager to give us his association. What more mercy can God bestow upon us than instantly making himself present before us just by uttering his holy name? Whether we are in distress, whether we are in happiness, whether we want to share our love or our feelings, Krishna is there. You can invoke Krishna immediately. Even the thought of Krishna is same as Krishna. So what more merciful God can be? But it is our misfortune that we are not able to chant with feeling and affection for the holy name. So the fourth excellence, this holy name, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by bringing this holy name, he has made liberation much more easily obtainable than in other ages. How fortunate we are. In other words, Lord Krishna is more excellent than his incarnations, although all of them are equally the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the fifth excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance is that he established the most excellent of all religious principles by his one statement in the Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. That simply by surrendering unto him, one can discharge all the principles of religious rites. So sometimes these so called scholars and philosophers, those who don't accept Krishna, they argue, why is Krishna saying, give up all dharma, sarva dharman parityajya? He should have, in fact, it should be read as sarva adharman parityajya. Why Krishna is asking to give up dharma? Why Krishna is asking Arjuna to wage a war? Why Krishna is doing this to these gopis? Why Krishna is adopting these means to kill, asking Arjuna to kill? Why Krishna is asking to give up our dharma? So I was hearing a lecture of Srila Prabhupada just a couple of days ago. So he was saying, actually, the only dharma is what Krishna is asking us to do, which is to surrender to him. Because dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Dharma means that which can be given by God directly. Bhagavat pranitam. That is dharma. The dharma of the land, of the people of the land, is to follow the law of the state. That is the dharma of the citizens. It has to be established by the state or the government, authorized by the president. You cannot follow somebody, your family rule. You cannot follow your section of people, the caste rule, or you cannot make up your own rule. That is not dharma. But we have made up all of those. Oh, this is my family dharma. This is my country dharma. This is my humanity dharma. This is my office dharma. One time one colleague was saying, you have Udyoga Dharma, you cannot sell these books within the office. You cannot display these books. You have the Udyoga Dharma. So Krishna is saying, if they come against the dharma that I established, give up all of that. Of course, you can practice all of these dharmas provided they are congenial for ultimate dharma, which is Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada told the only dharma is what Krishna is ordering in Bhagavad Gita. Everything else is the so called dharmas that we have accepted. That is why Krishna is saying, give up that so called dharma, sarva dharman. So, sarva dharman parityajya means giving up that so called concocted dharmas. And this is the instruction. Simply by surrendering unto Him, Mam ekam sharanam braja, one can discharge all the principles of religious rites. You are absolved of all obligations. Otherwise, we have so many obligations. देवर्षि भूताप्तनृणां पितॄणां न किङ्करो नायं ऋणी च राजन् सर्वात्मना यः शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहृत्य कर्तम्. We have obligations to the demigods, devas, rishis, bhutas, the living entities, apta, our relatives, nrinam, the general humans population, fellow human beings, pitrunam, our forefathers. We have so many obligations. We have to do duties towards them, perform yagna, tarpana for the forefathers. The modern population is oblivious to all of that, enjoying life without doing any of these sacrifices. Therefore, they are culpable for punishment. But one who has taken shelter of the Lord, rendering loving devotional service to the Lord, he is absolved of all of this because he is doing the highest thing. So, this is the excellence of Krishna. Especially in this age of Kali, the process has been made so easy that simply by rendering transcendental loving service to Lord Krishna, by chanting his holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, one can achieve the highest result of religion, which is transferring ourselves to the highest planet within the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. So, these are all these excellent excellences of Krishna, Krishna's appearance in this world. So finally, Sukadeva Goswami, he concludes his description of the super exalted position of Krishna by glorifying him in this way. Jayati jana nivaso devaki janmavado yaduvara parishat svair dorbhir asyanna dharmam sthirachara vrijinagraha susmita srimukhena vrajapura vanitanam vardhayan kamadevam. So, Jayati Jananivaso, all glories to you, my Lord, who is Jananivasa, who lives in the hearts of everyone as Paramatma. And Devaki Janmavado, people see, Devaki Janma means he has appeared as the son of Devaki. The Mayavada philosophers accept Krishna to be an ordinary living entity who takes birth within this material world. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami warns them. He didn't say just say Devaki Janma. He says Devaki Janma Vada means people say that he is taken birth. Actually, he has not. He appeared. He chose to appear and made Devaki famous as the mother of Krishna. So, Devaki Janma Vada means he is not to be misunderstood as born like an ordinary person. The other way to understand that is he is only said to be Devaki's son, but actually he is Yashoda's son because although he appeared as the son of Devaki, He was immediately transferred to the lap of Mother Yashoda, and his childhood pastimes were blissfully enjoyed by Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So, therefore, in name only, he is Devaki Janmavada. That's another meaning. And Yaduvara Parishat, he's honored by Yaduvara Parishat, the assembly house of Yadu dynasty. And Swair Dorbhir Asyan Adharmam, he has killed the Adharma by his powerful two arms. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he quotes this gopis description of Krishna by saying how Krishna's face is so attractive. It's Krishna's face is covered by his fully grown hair, curly hair falling on his forehead, his beautiful earrings, shark shaped earrings touching his cheeks, rubbing his cheeks, Makara Kundala, Charu Karna, beautiful forehead and smiling face and attractive. He is like, you know, capturing this, hunting this doe like gopis. If his smiling face is like you know, that capturing rope, that smile is that bait, and the gopis fall for it. And and then his arms give assurance of protection. That is how Krishna's arms are described. Swair Dhorbir, when you look at Krishna's arms, you're assured of protection. Swair Dorbhir Ashyanna Dharmam, and he has killed all the adharmas with his arms. And Sthira Chara Vrijina Gnaha, whether one is Sthira like a tree, immovable, or Chara like the moving entities, animals, especially the cows. When Krishna was present, he delivered all the trees, monkeys, other plants, and animals who happened to see him and serve him, both in Vrindavan and Dwaraka. And Rajapura Vanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. Krishna is especially glorified for giving pleasure to the gopis and the queens of Dwaraka. So his enchanting smile not only enchants the gopis but also the queens of Dwaraka. Vardhayan Kamadevam. So, see, this is another beauty of Krishna consciousness. For God realization or self realization, one generally has to undergo severe austerities and penances for many, many thousands of years. And then only it may be possible to realize God. But the gopis and the queens of Vrindavan, simply by serving Krishna in a way that they are attracted to him, ordinarily how a woman gets attracted to a man, like that, but this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada writes, but the gopis and the queens of Dwaraka, simply by enhancing their lusty desires to enjoy Krishna as their boyfriend or husband, received the highest type of salvation. So that self-realization for which one has to go to forest or mountains or undergo severe austerities, but the gopis and queens, simply by being attached to Krishna in conjugal love, they achieved the highest salvation, which is impossible to achieve even for the sages and saintly persons. And so did all these demons, Kamsa, Dantavakra, Shishupala, so on and so forth. So this is the beauty of Krishna. By being attached to Krishna, of course, unless one is revealed our actual rasa with Krishna, one cannot imitate the gopis and the queens. But one should cultivate the active rasa in this material world as sadhaka, as servant of Krishna. And just by loving service to Krishna, by always thinking of Krishna, Rendering service to Krishna, we attain the highest perfection. Otherwise, that required so much of austerities, meditation, tapasya, charities, Vedic study. All of that is achievable simply by thinking of Krishna and rendering service to Krishna and chanting his holy name. So, Krishna appears to give this great boon to the conditioned souls, and we are all fortunate to have come to Krishna consciousness. And Janmashtami is yet another opportunity to increase our loving affection for Krishna, go progress more towards Krishna by celebrating Krishna's birthday as our own child's birthday. This is the secret of spiritual advancement. Just like you do everything for yourself, your family, consider Krishna as your own family, as your own son, as your own father, and you celebrate the best way possible. And that attachment, which would have otherwise led you to bondage, this attachment, this celebration would lead you to liberation. And it will bestow unlimited blessings to anyone who comes, even gets in touch with Krishna consciousness some way or the other, by prasadam, by worshipping the deity, by hearing the holy name. I'll stop here. Anyone wants to share anything or any comments? Bhagavad Gita, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय, जन्माष्टमी महोत्सव की जय, शीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण।